Hello, friends! Welcome to this magical new podcast. Can you hear me? How about now? And now? Perfect. Let's go to Disneyland Paris. I join you today on an audio walk through the Gardens of Wonder. Yes, I know, it all sounds like a dream. But you'll soon see that it's a real place where you'll see beloved Disney and Pixar characters like never before. Think you know them? Wait until you rediscover them in the heart of this enchanting environment, flourishing with floral flair. But before we get started, a quick reminder. These gardens were created specifically for the 30th anniversary of Disneyland Paris. This means you only have until the 30th of September 2023 to see them with your own eyes. After that date, you'll only be left with my voice, nothing but my voice, to help you picture them in your mind. Disneyland will never be completed. It will continue to grow as long as there is imagination left in the world. Inspiring words, but I'm afraid they're not mine. They belong to Walt Disney himself. And he was right. For the 30th anniversary celebrations, imagination nourished the creativity of Disneyland Paris teams like never before, giving birth to ideas such as the Gardens of Wonder. By the way, are you already in Disneyland Park? Is it you I see near Casey's Corner? It is? Super. Stay with me. I will guide you. And if you're not there yet, maybe you are at home or on the bus. Close your eyes. No, not if you're driving, of course. That's it. Close your eyes. Relax. Our adventure begins. From Central Plaza, you should be able to see the Gardens of Wonder. They were imagined by Yves Ollier, a scenographer from one of the Disneyland Paris entertainment teams. He was inspired by the little paper windmills that spin in the wind or when children blow on them. It is a simple principle, a poetic idea, and I can't wait to show you how it became reality. Speaking of windmills, there is one that I like very much, and this is located at the back of Fantasyland, far beyond Sleeping Beauty Castle. It's inspired by an old Walt Disney musical short called The Old Mill. And beyond its architectural charm, I like it because it's also a candy shop. A quiet spot perfect for enjoying a sweet snack. We will go after the visit. So, yes, you are currently in Central Plaza, the square in front of Sleeping Beauty Castle. And we have a lovely view of the Gardens of Wonder. Look around you. Rather splendid, huh? You see the beautiful flower beds? Those colors? Amazing! And all the big plants. But yes, that's right. In the middle of this thick vegetation, some mobiles of Disney and Pixar characters that spin all by themselves, like windmills. Do you feel the little wow effect that I feel? Wow! Oh, and you've seen how the light reflects off each of them? It gives them an incredible texture, like as if they were alive. Doesn't it just remind you of Pinocchio? Our entertainment teams really have used their magic to make these mobiles come to life, almost as alive as nature itself. Do you know what we call art that moves? Kinetic art. It was the American Alexander Calder who created the first big mobiles in the 1930s. And today, the sculptor Anthony Howie continues the tradition with incredible metal structures. A bit like the ones you have in front of you now. Because yes, our entertainment teams like to connect the projects they imagine for Disneyland Paris to the history of art. And with kinetic art, your perception is at the heart of the work. You are at the heart of these magical installations. Come on, let's get closer. I suggest we start our tour with the garden to our left, and we will then wander clockwise. We are currently facing the imaginary garden, where mobiles pay homage to classic Disney characters. It's nice to see Dumbo again, and right next to him, Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. Keep moving. It's a bit like opening the door to Wonderland. Talking of Wonderland, there's the Cheshire Cat, who, in true Cheshire Cat style, asks us an existential question. Can you stand on your head? I have no idea, but he knows what he's talking about. Don't worry about it now. The tour must continue. To your right, after you. We now enter the forest garden with Rapunzel's friend Pascal, the chameleon, Pocahontas' raccoon, Miko, and Bambi's best buddy, Thumper. Look, Thumper appears several times on the mobile, as if to give a chronophotographic effect. How impressive. What is chronophotographic, I hear you think? Well, yes, the word almost exceeds my legal limit of syllables, but it refers to a phenomenon that is actually quite straightforward. One that consists of taking multiple photos in a very short period of time, such as the burst effect on your smartphone, then quickly flicking through these photos to create movement. This is also the principle of cinema with its 24 frames per second. Yes, I know, I'm a real film and animation connoisseur. What's that? You think my big head is about to burst? Now go, little further. Yes, there on your right. Not the popcorn cart, just before. There you go. Look closely. In the middle of the bamboo, palm trees, and tropical plants. This is the luxurious garden. This is the lair of a python, Kaa, the playground of a meerkat and warthog, Timon and Pumbaa, as well as that of Kevin. Kevin? Yes, Kevin. You know, the giant flightless bird from the film Up. Kevin loves little Russell's chocolates. I also love chocolates. And popcorn. Ah, the popcorn cart. There it is. Can you smell that fresh, buttery aroma floating in the air? Oh boy, sweet, salty, both. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Hey, I'm loving this walk with you. We've already visited 3 gardens and explored their 3 different stories. We went from a garden that celebrated the colorful and lively Main Street USA to a forest like those near the Native American tents at the entrance of Frontierland, to a more mysterious setting like the jungles of Adventureland. It's as if each of these gardens offers a glimpse of the various lands of Disneyland Park. Disneyland Paris's horticulture teams have ensured that the plants magically complement the mobiles imagined by the entertainment teams. This is of course one big collaboration on all levels. The Gardens of Wonder required a year of upstream work, 6 weeks just for the layout. This all took place in the evening after Disneyland Park closed.
Disneyland Park is now closing.
The hard work never stops at Disneyland Paris. Even at night, 15,000 plants were planted, carefully planning for their growth over time, because plants don't just stop growing. And to complete the decor, we used 10 tons of minerals, colored glass, and slates. Let's keep going. Still on your right, here are 2 gardens with 2 very different views of the world. And all the better, because this is often the starting point of a good story. Ah, the eternal battle between good and evil. Which side will you choose? Light or dark? Yin or yang? Hot or cold? Phantom Manor or It's a Small World? Chocolate or popcorn? Sorry, that's enough. Come on, let's start with the Garden of Enchantment. It's Tinkerbell that welcomes us with her sparkling wings. And right next to her, you have the 3 good fairies from Sleeping Beauty. Who remembers their names? Go on. Excuse me? Who said Jerry, Mel C, and Victoria? No, nice try. They are, of course, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. All of them here flying around a stylized tribute to our own one and only Sleeping Beauty castle. I can confirm that's what it is. It's pink and blue, so yes. Speaking of blue, there's an abstract interpretation of the genie from Aladdin that spins not far from the entrance of Adventureland. It's as if he just appeared like magic from the lamp. Genius! That's so cool. By the way, Genie, please can you stay with us for a while? Especially as we're about to enter the Garden of Spells. Yes, as its name suggests, we are in Disney Villains territory. So be careful, because in front of you, right there, stand Jafar, Ursula, and Maleficent. 3 absolutely iconic villains. Whoa. It looks like they're rising out of the ground, ready to plunge the world into darkness. Sorry, that was a scary way of describing it, but I love it. And we all know that no story is complete without a ghastly villain. It's true. And Disney villains are no exception. They are the perfect counterweight to our heroes. They each have their own memorable personality and style that often brings real moments of comedy and chills. And that's the power of a Disney movie. You believe in it, and it will transport you to a magical world. In the Disney parks, it's the same, because here we are at the heart of a story. And this is all possible thanks to the Imagineers, a profession that does not exist anywhere else, and which could be translated as engineers of the imagination. How's that for a job title? Their goal? To make magic. And in recent years, they've been busy. For example, for its 30th anniversary, Disneyland Paris opened Marvel Avengers Campus, an epic new land that allows us to team up with the likes of Spider-Man, Black Widow, Thor, and many more superheroes from the Marvel Universe. This adventure takes place in Walt Disney Studios Park. My advice to you, take a look. New recruits are always welcome. But wait, before you embark on a dance battle with Star-Lord and Gamora, let's stay together for the rest of our tour, which is now about to take a royal turn. For we are expected at Sleeping Beauty Castle. We're on the guest list. Here. We are now approaching the drawbridge that leads to Sleeping Beauty Castle. Standing at more than 45 meters, with its elegant turrets, golden weather vanes, gold leaf and 40 shades of pink, Sleeping Beauty Castle is the symbol of Disneyland Park, where Once Upon a Time begins. It's on both sides of the bridge that the Disney Princess Gardens have been installed. On the left, you'll see Belle, Tiana, and Merida, all spinning and reflecting their colors. Take a good look. Each is perfectly recognizable, and at the same time, inspired by a flower. I'll let you guess who is represented by the rose, the water lily, and the thistle. No need to answer. I can't hear you. Or maybe I can. I'm behind you. Did I trick you? To the right of the drawbridge stands Snow White, Cinderella, and Aurora, all of them elegantly twirling, which makes with Belle, Tiana, and Merida 6 princesses, and 12 Scrabble points for twirling. Impressive, huh? Oh, but wait. I think there may be a 7th and 8th princess somewhere. Can you guess which ones? I'm gonna prolong the suspense a little bit longer. You'll find out later, but only if you stick with me. Anyway, from Snow White, the heroine of Walt Disney's first ever animated feature film, to Moana and Raya, Disney princesses have always shared positive values and remain an inspiration for all the world.
I am a princess, I am a pirate, there's no denying, we can rely on inner power.
Cinderella was the first mobile imagined for the Gardens of Wonder. From the 17th century tale by Charles Perrault to the 1950 Walt Disney version, it is a truly timeless story. So it was only natural to start with a tribute to such an iconic character. And what a tribute it is! The iconic dress and pumpkin are styled to look like they are one. And they reveal clearly Cinderella preparing for the ball with the help of her bird friends. Thanks to the use of abstraction, the art in these gardens highlights various symbols and moments from our favorite stories. Look, Snow White. There's the apple. And those 7 little swirls revolving around her are, of course, Doc, Grumpy, Happy, Sleepy, Bashful, Dopey, and Sneezy. Ooh, bless you. Let's resume our tour of Central Plaza by landing in the Galactic Garden with Stitch, the mischievous fugitive from space, and the aliens from Toy Story. Wow. That always go by 3. 3 eyes, 3 fingers, the rule of 3. And if you multiply the 3rd by the 2nd and divide it by the 1st, you'll get the 4th. Or not. Let's focus on another masterpiece from Pixar that's landed in the Galactic Garden. And that's the movie WALL-E, cleverly represented here by the robot Eve. Remember? Eve was sent to our planet to search for signs of plant life. Fortunately here, it's much more present than in the movie. As we've seen, the Gardens of Wonder offer a glimpse of the different lands of Disneyland Park. And logically, this garden invites us to explore Discoveryland. From here, you can see the attraction Orbitron. It looks like a giant mobile with its flying shuttles, planets, and suspended spheres reminiscent of Leonardo da Vinci's visionary illustrations of the solar system. The mobiles in the Gardens of Wonder are a little lower than Orbitron, but they are no less impressive. They rise on average to 2 meters in height and can weigh up to 100 kilos. And there are 30 of them. Wait, I'll recount. 1, 2, 3, 4... Nah, kidding. So yeah, 30. Like the 30th anniversary of Disneyland Paris. What a coincidence. And they are all really high-tech. Did you know they were 3D printed? That impressed me. I can barely work my paper printer without jamming it. For the record, yes, Cinderella was the first mobile imagined, but it was the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland, the one we met at the beginning of our tour, that was the very first mobile produced. If we continue to move forward, we will soon discover the Ocean Garden, where waves and coral bring the world of Finding Nemo to life. And also, careful, okay, end of teasing. Remember the two Disney princesses who were not in the gardens in front of Sleeping Beauty Castle? It's Moana and Ariel. Part of the world. And now, it's our last stop, the Asian Garden. Well, I guess everything is fine, but at the slightest little boo-boo, do not hesitate to contact Baymax, your personal health assistant robot. Yeah, that's him. The perfect mix of a first aid kit and a giant marshmallow. I love it. We mustn't forget to greet Mushu, the dragon from Mulan, and Sisu from Raya and the Last Dragon, the most recent Disney animated film represented in the Gardens of Wonder. Since its creation, on the 16th of October 1923, it was a Tuesday, Disney has not stopped wowing us with unforgettable stories and characters. Did I say 1923? That's 100 years ago! That means Disney must be getting ready to celebrate its 100-year anniversary later this year! We'll have to toast to the next 100 years too! And that's it. Our tour is coming to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pleasure to accompany you and help you discover the Gardens of Wonder. Let's take this opportunity to appreciate all the hard work the entertainment and landscaping teams put into making them, well, truly wonderful. Oh, and a little tip just for you. Come back and do this tour again at night, when the gardens are illuminated. It's even more magical. Right, I'm off to get some popcorn. I deserve it. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast, feel free to like or leave a comment. Keep your ears open for future episodes. I look forward to accompanying you on another Disneyland Paris adventure. And don't forget, the Gardens of Wonder are as temporary as they are magical. You only have until the 30th of September 2023 to discover or rediscover them. See you soon, friends.